Hello guys, in this tutorial we're gonna talk about radio buttons. So the reason why I have this code from last tutorial here is I want you to see the difference, because check buttons, when you have them you can click a couple of them, but if you wanna limit end user you will not use check buttons, you will use radio buttons. So check buttons for multiple choices and radio buttons for only one choice. So that's the major difference and the reason why I have this code right here. So let me copy paste this. Maybe I will need it a little bit later. I'm gonna put it in comment section here. Okay, this will get the job done. Let's flush it down there and let's proceed with code for radio buttons. And of course you need to have a specific explanation what needs to be typed or selected. So I'm gonna use labels again. Label 1, of course label in top window, and the text will be for example select only one, because the task in this tutorial is to do selection of programming languages, for example Python, C++, Perl and such a thing. And immediately I'm gonna pack it here. So I'm not using gridding because grids are for bigger entities, for bigger widgets like entry fields or something that is big. But when you have one radio button or even check button, then you can experiment and try packing. Maybe you will get simpler or nicer result. So I'm gonna pack it, and anchor will be west immediately. And let me test that. Oops, this is from last tutorial, just a second. F5. Okay, that's cool. So what about those radio buttons? Well, radio button 1, this is radio button there in top window, and text in it, basically explanation for what will be selected will be Python, one of the choices, one of the items. And here's the thing, now we need to concatenate choice with variable. And that variable will of course be external thing. So in the last tutorial we were using similar approach, but in that variable we were putting multiple things. So, we were working with multiple things, but here because we are working with only one, then one variable will be used for all radio buttons. So you don't need to have multiple of them. Right. So how to type that? Well, here variable, what I'm typing, variable equals real stuff, that will be the name of it, and let's immediately have it here. Real stuff will be integer variable. Okay, uppercase V. And also because it's integer value, we will give it index, like manual index, value equals 1, and we will concatenate it with function that will do something with it. So command will be selected, and let's immediately create it like a blanco here. Selected, oops, def selected. And for now we're gonna just type pass, just to have something on a screen that will not create us some kind of errors. And yep, so let's pack that thing. Radio button 1, pack, anchor, west immediately. Let me test that. F5. Okay, cool. Nothing happens because we don't have anything in function, but we are considered now with radio buttons. Right, let me copy paste this couple of times. This will be 2 and 3 button. Selection will be C++. This down there will be for Perl. And real stuff is a target, so that's okay, only one thing. but values must be different. Right, and function will be same. So that's cool. And let me see what's happening when I press F5. There you go, everything is aligned. Well, the reason why I have this anchor here is if you don't use it, then everything will be spread. Not vertically, but see, in very weird ways. Yes, you can say side equals left, and this will be totally to the left, but still you will have this wave here, which is ugly. So this is why you need to anchor things. So let's anchor it to west. And also we need to have place in our application where we will output selection, like visually. Yes, we will have function that will do something concretely, but also we need a visual confirmation. So let's create a label, and name of it will be output. Output, that will be a label in top window, and text will be you selected. Okay, and we will pack it to, well, anchor west. F5. Okay, cool. So now we need to handle stuff in a function to do something, and question is how to print selection here. Well, there are multiple ways, it depends what you do, but let me think for a second here what I'm going to do. Right, so first we need to grab stuff from here, real stuff, real value, because based on that we will do something, at least print it. So selected, and we will get what is selected from real stuff at the moment. Yes, I mean the name of method and this variable is the same, but who cares? You can change it to S if you like. So we are targeting real stuff, real value, and how to get it? Well, dot get. So now we have it, so we can do something with it. For example, we will just print what is selected, and we will get that value, not like string, Perl or Python. We will just get value, integer. See, integer variable. F5, and right, that's cool. We have it here. There you go. Python is 1, C++ 2, and Perl is 3. So that's cool. And what else we can do here? Well, actually, we can print that thing in output in multiple ways. So let's target output. And if you remember from a couple of last tutorials, when we were talking about labels, you can just say text, and then on the right side will be that thing that you want to print in label. In this case, that's selected. Selected, F5, and now, yes, you will have it in shell, but also you will have it here. Oops. What's happening? Just a second. Why is that so? Just a second. Yeah, I think that's a problem with packing. Right. Output.pack need to be on individual lines. So let me run this again. And there you go. The minor things, but very important thing. Right. So we have it in here in output, and we have it in shell. Okay, so let's do something useful with this, meaning we will not use this simple thing. We will actually do another way, another approach to print stuff in output label. Well, let's target it, output.config. So right now we are not using text selected, we are using .config. .config equals, not equals, sorry, just brackets immediately, and then in here we will have text on the left side, and on the right side we will have selected. So pretty much the same stuff like this, but you know, with brackets. And right, F5 to test stuff. There you go. Of course, we don't have anything in shell because we are not using those lines that will produce it. See, they are commented. Right. Now, why is this useful? Because in here we can do specific checks. For example, if that thing that is selected from real or live equals 1, then that means that we choose Python, because Python is at value 1. So Python or selected Python. Selected Python at here, at position, and then we will just grab selected here to get that integer variable, to get that number, meaning that value. Right, F5, and hopefully everything will be fine. Right, so Python is at position 1, and nothing happens for C++ and Perl because we didn't solve that in code. So yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about here, nothing special. So this will be for C++, this for Perl, and C++ and Perl. And selected will remain same because only one value can be chosen from real stuff. Okay, so let me test that. F5 Python, that's cool. C++, that's cool. Perl. So you have it. You have it in shell and you have it also in output. Cool stuff. Cool stuff, bro. Okay guys, that's pretty much it. Nothing special in this tutorial. Just remember that if you want to limit your user, use Radiobuttons, and if you want to have multiple choices, then just use check buttons from last tutorial. That's it. Nothing special here. As always, thanks for watching, and see you next tutorial. Just remember, if you are confused, work with smaller, shorter examples and you will be fine. Okay, enough talking. See you next one.